Hey everyone, Chris Stoltz coming today from Sesame Place, and I'm here to celebrate the park's 45th birthday and pick up their latest classic character plush. As you can see, they've decked out the entire front entrance. All kinds of confetti out here. Giant 45th birthday logo going on up there. It's a star balloon with other balloons on it. All the character banners in the front have been changed to reflect the 45th birthday as well. We got Abby and Zoe over here. Elmo. Cookie Monster. Ernie and Rubber Ducky. Bert, Grover, Rosita, and the Count, all decked out in birthday attire. Even the information signs and the entrance through security has also been decked out in 45th birthday confetti. And right here at the entrance, they also have this cutout 45th birthday sign. The top of the store and the facade of Philadelphia Art Museum and the facade of the neighborhood on the top of each building is all decked out in confetti as well. Even the Sesame Place store sign has been decked out for the 45th birthday. And then on the other side of security, we have banners featuring Oscar and Slimy, more banners featuring Zoe and Abby, and a banner featuring Big Bird and Radar. As you approach the park entrance itself, there's also these little planters that have balloons with the 45th birthday sign. And once again, the signs and everything are decked out with this confetti motif. Inside, there's all kinds of great little photo ops. You can get inside this present with Bert and Ernie so that you can actually celebrate with them. They put a stand of merch out here. You got the Abby Cadabby lightsaber. They got Cookie Monster lightsaber. They got this Oscar light up thing over here. Cookie Monster light up things. All kinds of cool stuff. Even Tango, that's new I think this year. I don't think I ever saw Tango. What does Tango do? Oh, his mouth opens, like it's kind of like a puppet. I think it's supposed to be a bubble machine, but it's so much cooler as a puppet. Officially now open is the Sunny Day Carousel. This used to be a little topiary spot, but now they've moved the carousel over here. It's all been refurbished and remodeled and repainted and everything else. It is just incredible looking. Love the Big Bird up at the top there. Really, really nicely done. Always when you're on these things, make sure you follow the rules and know how to ride. Here we have another little photo op with Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and Abby, ready to celebrate Sesame Place's 45th birthday. Because it's not quite summer yet, Big Bird's Beach and the water park area is currently closed off, but you can kind of see it over the fence here. There's a bunch of flowers and topiary and all kinds of stuff being readied for the summer season, but it's not quite summer yet, so not going over there. Check out this map of the park. This area over here towards the front is the Sesame City. That's cool. Here's the Sesame Street store. There's the park entrance. Cookie Monsters land over there. The birthday parade comes right through here. There's the Sesame Street neighborhood. Elmos World over there. The Count's Court. Sesame Island. All this stuff is like grayed out, as you can see. I think that's because it's not open right now. The Count's Court, that's also a water attraction. I think only the attractions that are in color are operating today. So that's why this whole area here is grayed out. Here's a photo op of Oscar celebrating. Here's a photo op of Zoe and Elmo. Here's a photo op of Cookie Monster. And of course, over here, you can put yourself in front of Abby's wings and give yourself wings. What do you think? Maybe I should get a pair of these. Here's a photo op of the Count celebrating. Photo ops of Julia, Abby, and Rosita. Backdrops where the characters come out and you can get photos taken with them. This one over here says, celebrating 45 years of furry fun. This is where the carousel used to be, the now 1-2-3 playground. I was here last year as they put this in, but now they've added this great little attraction in the front here. They put the characters' handprints in cement, just like the Walk of Fame. So you got Abby Cadabby, Cookie Monster, Elmo, Big Bird, and Oscar the Grouch. And I love these like fake topiary they have around here. So there's this Abby topiary with her wand. I love how she has some magic going on, and it almost looks like this watering can is watering all by itself. Here we have Elmo's topiary with a giant Elmo in the background for Elmo's World. And I love how his little wheelbarrow here is all painted up just like Elmo's World. Cookie Monster has a whole bunch of cookie jars with flowers coming out of them. And of course, Cookie Monster himself. Inside the playground, you got all kinds of funky little things. You got this like, I don't know, just like a mound. Okay, all kinds of little play areas. You can fling that thing this way, make that thing go like that, make these things make noise. All kinds of fun little activities. There's a whole little gym set thing here featuring the characters, slides. Got little mushroom things here you can sit on and fake logs. You can go inside here. Come out over there. And here we have Rubber Ducky that used to be over in the water park area, but now they put him out here as a photo op. He's just incredible. Probably the largest Rubber Ducky ever made. I mean, it's pretty massive. Of course, while it's not too crowded and everyone is gathering to watch the parade, we're gonna go check out Mr. Hooper's gift shop, otherwise used to be known as Mr. Hooper's Emporium, but now it's the Mr. Hooper's gift shop. So let's go inside and check it out. Always love the classic character plush. Here they have Alice Stuffalopagus, Little Bird, some Sesame blankets and pillows, hoodies, non-Sesame Street sunglasses, Sesame Street plush, including Guy Smiley, who seems to be like a regular character now. He's not even the classic character anymore. Now he's just a regular character. That's interesting. All right, we got Gonger, Abby, the Count, Super Grover. Over here we have the 45th birthday stuff. Now, this is the stuff I'm talking about. This stuff looks awesome. I might have to pick up this mug. That's really neat. They have a frame, a pin, some water bottles down here. All right, may have to pick up some 45th birthday stuff. They also have sweatshirts and t-shirts in different colors, little onesies, lanyards, keychains. They even have 45th birthday tote bags. Got some other kind of bags here, and like a spinny 45th birthday. Is it a magnet? Oh, I think that's a magnet. Yeah, that's really interesting. The magnet spins on the outside and spins on the inside. You can spin it around to point at different characters and spin it around all the way. Up here we have some Loungefly bags. Check out that Abby Cadabby bag. That's really neat. Cookie Monster one's cool. It's a kind of cartoony 1-2-3 Sesame Street. I have a different Loungefly bag that's looks more realistic, but that's kind of a cartoony one. You got Oscar the Grouch and Elmo. In Disney World, they have these Cuddlies type plush that have characters sleeping. For some reason, the Kermit one is not sleeping. Everybody else's eyes are closed and sleeping, but Kermit is not. But anyway, this Tango sleeping plush reminds me of those plush they have down there. That's interesting. So you can kind of like cuddle up with a sleeping Tango. New this year are these comic book-esque products. You have Cookie Monster dreaming of cookies on a pillow. You have Cookie Monster with a whole bunch of comic panels on this throw, a bunch of panels on water bottles, t-shirts, and pajamas featuring all these comic panels. They even have them on pens and pencils. Here's one that's interesting. It's that I'm thinking of Sesame Street, and then you turn it over, and it's all these little different comic Grover in a whoosh. Oscar saying go away, Big Bird just thinking about everything, Cookie Monster eating, and Elmo saying run. But we still have a whole bunch more of this store to check out. Of course, there's more plush here. All kinds of great shirts. I like how they're still doing character specific areas. So this area is all Oscar and Slimy related. They even have a Oscar and Slimy little purse here. Now I have this classic character, Slimy. It's huge. But then I saw somebody earlier today had this, a Slimy posable plush. Check that out. That is awesome. It's 10 bucks. It's in scale with most other things. I may have to pick that up too. Here we have the Cookie Monster area. Of course, also featuring his best friend, Gonger. Here we have the Elmo area, all kinds of good Elmo stuff. And of course, Elmo's favorite furry friend, Tango. Here we have the Abby section. We got Abby with, I guess these are purses. And then in this purse, it comes with a frog inside. That's neat. This like Abby larger PVC figure, all kinds of great stuff. You can actually become Abby and have her pigtails, plush, bags, all kinds of great Abby stuff. Got some character feet here. We have a whole bunch of baby attire, onesies, bibs, and the like. Here are some hats. More hats. Holiday plush, like the characters as pumpkins and in Christmas attire. Cups and bands with your name on them. Got some Squishmallows up here. Got the Snuffleupagus and Tully Squishmallows. These are not available on the website anymore. I'm actually surprised they still have them in stock. Here we have some Sesame Place water bottles, snow globes, figurines, picture frames, and all kinds of crazy little drinkware. This is all last year's merch. It's 70% off the 2024 items. Do I need any 2024 Sesame Place stuff? I don't know. Be pretty cool because it's 70% off. Wow, check out this Yip Yip Boo shirt. That's neat. I think it might even glow in the dark. Here we have some more 2023 stuff. Wow, man, they really have a whole bunch of 2023 items still left in stock here. Got a whole bunch of mugs and snow globes, even some ornaments left over too. All right, here's a whole bunch of drinkware. I like this canteen featuring Oscar. They have this Greetings from Sesame Place postcard as a mug. I'm hoping they actually have a postcard of it. I mean, that seems like a missed opportunity. Give us an actual postcard of the postcard. Here's a whole bunch of other camping items. And here we have a whole Christmas section. Now, I was recently at Walt Disney World, and I did see these ornaments at the airport. I'd never seen them here at the park before, but they are really neat. I'm very tempted to buy some Super Grover and maybe the Count to be on my tree. Those are neat. Think about that. I love this whole 90s aesthetic black and white line of merchandise. You got some lounge flies up there, some different colored shirts and pants and jackets. They have these Super 7 figures. Check these out. Got Guy Smiley, Bert, Ernie, Lefty, Cookie Monster, the Count, Mr. Hooper, Sherlock, Hemlock, Big Bird, Oscar, the Yip Yip Martians, and Super Grover. Over here we have a whole bunch of keychains and magnets, including these comic book magnets, the 2023 logo magnet, the Sesame Place logo, the Sesame Street logo, and the postcard. Again, that's neat as a magnet, but I kind of want it as a postcard, but a magnet is probably a close second. Over here in the pin section, they have these eggplant mystery pins, vintage t-shirt mystery pins, Tweedlebug mystery pins, carousel mystery pins, all kinds of great pin sets over here. Well, I like this one. Bert and Ernie's accessories. That's neat. You got Rubber Ducky, the tub, Bert and Ernie's picture on the wall. That's really neat. You got Big Bird's accessories, a unicycle, a picture of Snuffleupagus, Big Bird's mailbox and radar. Super Grover has the lightning bolt logo, a silhouette of him, the newspaper, and his helmet. Cookie Monster obviously has cookies. Abby has her wand and a couple other things. Elmo has Dorothy and some crayons. Oscar has Slimy. All right, so let's see the pins. I kind of want to see if there's any limited edition ones. Those are the ones I usually go after first, but whoa, check this out. Biff and Sully Construction Company. That's awesome. A Mr. Hooper. Wow. All right. Somebody was definitely thinking when they made these pins because those are going to be hard to resist. They even have the handprints in cement as pins as well. Here we have the Filibus figures. They have all kinds of great characters over here. Cookie Monster, Gonger, Telly, and new, since last time I was here, they have honkers and dingers as well. There's a dinger. There's supposed to be a honker somewhere. There's Prairie Dawn. I don't know if I have her either. There's the honker. And of course, Frazzle. That's one of the last characters I came here to pick up. They have the Blind Box Super 7 figures. Here we have some Sesame Street Precious Moments figures, some Pops, the two-headed monster plush, and of course, here we have more classic character plush, including Barkley. And what we came here to get the Sherlock Hemlock plush. He is massive, much larger than I was expecting. Look how big this thing is. And because I bought so much stuff, they let me pick out 2 free hats, and they gave me a happy birthday sticker. Now here's a part of the park I haven't been to in forever. No, not Cookie Monsters Land, and no, not Sesame Studio, but over here in this building, there used to be a recreation of the 123 Sesame Street neighborhood, but because of the park's birthday, they're doing a whole park history showcase full of all kinds of items from the park's history. So let's go check this out. Oh, this is great. They are a recreation of the original opening. This is how you used to enter the park, through Big Bird's mouth. This is awesome. I have not been in this building probably in, I don't even know, 30 something years. Here's an original postcard. Sesame Place is an innovative family play park scheduled to open in summer 1980, adjacent to Oxford Valley Mall in Langhorne, PA. Wow, check out all these old photos from over the years. An old brochure highlighting the opening of Sesame Place. When does it open? Where do I write for information? Pictures from the ground opening, concept art, an exclusive first day commemorative stamp. Again, here's concept art showcasing the original entrance where you'd walk through Big Bird's mouth. Yes, Big Bird ate you when you came into this park. It was very bizarre. Here's some concept art. I think of the room I'm standing in. That's amazing. A Sesame Place hot air balloon. The original Sesame Place philosophy, 1980. A place that celebrates life. A place in which the self-image is developed in relationship to the community. A place for the enrichment of a child's reality. A place where the child develops an awareness of its own potential as part of the human community. A place where the child can ask questions of what it means to be human. A place where old and young forget their age. Original brochures and a map. There it is. There's that Big Bird entrance where you'd walk through his mouth and get eaten. Here's the original entrance, which is now the 123 Sesame Playground. And again, here's some more pictures from the early years of the park. Check out the early playground over there. I think this inflated and it was kind of like a room where you just kind of bounce around. A view of the entrance from the inside of the park. The original cafe. They had this interesting pyramid thing that I guess there was air pushing you out, and you had these balls that popped up and you can kind of hit them. I definitely remember being in that area before. Here's another bounce area. Here's the original street they had outside. Another play area. Some of the original costume characters. And this was the 123 Sesame Street area that you could take pictures with. They had three-dimensional armatured character replicas in the windows. And there was an Ernie somewhere. I guess we'll see him. There's an Ernie you could take pictures with as well. You could get inside Oscar's can. There was a maze, a rope swing, an animatronic Cookie Monster, all kinds of computer games that were very, very new at the time. Photos of the bounce area. Kids bouncing, kids playing, this really interesting jungle gym ropes course contraption, an image of the ordering area for the food court, and images of the original water park area. Over here is a poster, 1980 Big Bird Walkway opening day attraction at Sesame Place, spanning over the entire park. Here's a 1980s video showing all the different attractions the park had to offer. Video from the opening day celebration. Activities from around the park. Interviews with Joe Gans Cooney, the creator of Sesame Street. Here we have even more pictures from the park over the years, celebrating 45 years of furry friends and family fun. This is, of course, a picture from after the original opening was closed. Like, so you could no longer walk through Big Bird's mouth, but they still left it there for quite some time. So you could see that and you could kind of walk around it just as sort of an homage to the original opening. But again, they took that down a few years ago and made way for a much larger expansion of the park. Over here we have an image of a model of Sesame Place, the original model of the park. This was the original pitch model for Sesame Place, Philadelphia. The attraction focused on using land, water, and air as playful learning elements. The original design for Sesame Place, Philadelphia had 66 play elements, a computer gallery, an interactive light gallery with science exhibits, and a fine dining restaurant. Look at this sign, "Everybody come and play," featuring Mr. Johnson. Here's an aerial shot of the park itself. You can see how much they expanded over the years. That's the original entrance right there, and they added all this other stuff. Even this whole parking area, that's part of the park now. Right here is where the Sesame Street store, this is all the entranceway now. Much more expanded than it used to be. Here is the original Sesame Place flag that used to be flown at the entrance, welcoming guests to the park. And then below that, we have some vintage cast member attire. Wow, check out these old cast member costumes. There's a green one with yellow trim and a yellow one with some red trim. Original employee uniform shirt from 1980. Here's some original magnets featuring Bert and Ernie, Sky Splash, and a Big Bird magnet as well. Down here is a map of the park. It looks like the art was done by Mad Magazine artist Jack Davis. He did some Sesame Street work back in the day. Here's an original Super Grover postcard. Tokens for the computers. I believe I still have some of those in my collection. Here's some original Sesame Place hats. This one's from 1996. They were a sponsor of the Olympics. Small decks of cards retailed in the 1980s for 85 cents. I mean, those are definitely child-sized cards. Here's another employee uniform. This one was from the 2000s. Obviously, this one was Jen's. Check out this Sesame Place pennant. Check out these old brochures. The Tweedledbug Land being new, I believe I might have that one from 1993. This one highlighting the Alphabet Parade over here. And look at this, this was a guest service award. Wow, you are a shining example of excellent guest service. Redeem this card in the employee store to receive your character pin. So I guess if you are an outstanding cast member here, you would get one of these and you could pick out a pin from this selection of Elmo, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, Oscar, and Zoe. All right, now in this case, we have a few more brochures. New in 95, the Sky Splash. We have an original menu from the Sesame Food Factory. I remember these cups and mugs. Wow, these just bring back so many memories. I wish I still had these cups somewhere, but sadly I do not. Check out that Sesame Place. I'm not quite sure what it is. I guess it's maybe it's a USB drive or something. I think the top comes off. That's what that maybe is. Here's a souvenir activity book. Another brochure touting the ball pit. And a whole box with valuable coupons inside. And down here we have a Big Bird postcard saying greetings. There's some pressed pennies down here featuring, looks like Cookie Monster, the Sesame Place logo, and others. Look at me, I'm at Sesame Place in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Cookie Monster's Land coin from 2014, a parking pass, and a few original Sesame Place buttons. That I'm a Sesame Place ace. I actually do have that in my collection. These other ones I do not, featuring Cookie Monster and Oscar. I do remember seeing them back in the day, but I do not have them in my collection. Check out this 40th anniversary of Sesame Place pin. Here's a couple more brochures. Look at me at Sesame Place featuring Bert and Ernie. Your free Sesame Place Club membership card. Check out this Sesame Place keychain just featuring, I guess, a sunny day with heart balloons. This Sesame Place bank featuring Big Bird in one of the play areas I do have in my collection. That's awesome to see here on display. Got Grover coming down a slide up there. Maybe that's Farley up there, I'm not quite sure. We have Oscar the Grouch's garage. This is a photo frame. So when you got your picture with Oscar, you would put the photo inside that little booklet. In the back, there's a whole map of the park highlighting all the different amenities and attractions. Then down here we have another employee jacket. This is from the early 90s, it says. When Sesame Place celebrated its 25th birthday, they put out this brochure in 2005. Check out these original stickers like the Honkers, Bert, Ernie, Prairie Dawn, Grover, Cookie Monster, and Big Bird from 1988. I don't think I've ever seen those before. Those are wild. And there's another commemorative souvenir brochure here from the 20th birthday of the park as well. A hard hat from when they were constructing Oscar's Wacky Taxi in 2018, and an employee memory book from 2002. Over here we have some more images of the park from over the years. Here's a picture of the grand opening of Cookie's Monsterland. Have a rotten day. Here's something I definitely remember from the early days of Sesame Place, the computer gallery. This was very much ahead of its time. The computer gallery was an original attraction at Sesame Place based around the educational computer programs created specifically for the park. The computer gallery was located in the building currently known as Big Bird's Burgers and Bites, targeted towards kids aged 3 to 10. The building had 20 to 50 participatory exhibits and displays. An additional 50 computers contained 3 to 10 programs, each with a specific educational goal in mind. Sound effects, music, and voices were included. An article in the St. Joseph, Missouri News Press from Sunday, June 7th, 1981, referred to the computer gallery as the nation's largest collection of computer games. Atari created the gaming hardware for the computer gallery. Tokens were required to operate the computers and were sold 3 for $1 in 1980. Each token gave the user about 4 minutes of play on the gaming systems. The computer gallery was an important educational element to the park. At the time, the games in the computer gallery were state-of-the-art and helped both children and their parents learn more about computers. The gallery games included Lemonade. This game demonstrated using the computer to solve economic problems of running a lemonade stand at a profit. Tune In, a music-based game where players composed a melody by arranging musical phrases that were pre-programmed into the computer. Firefly, this game tested hand-eye coordination. Players tried to see how many city windows they could light up with a flashlight. Muppomatic, players guessed the Muppet character that emerged in the video patterns. This game was aimed at younger children. Art Beams, kids designed a 6-color video design, which was then stretched, squeezed, angled, or flipped over. Reflect, players bounced a light beam off a mirror at an angle to make objects on the screen react. One object was a rosebud, which would blossom if hit with light. Layer Cake. In this variation of an ancient puzzle game, players moved layers of cake to the correctly sized plate. And Paddle Tennis, a tennis game that could be played with or without gravity. Let's see if I can still play these games after 30 years. Pick a letter. You can make one wrong guess. A, B, C. Let's put a D. What happens if I pick D? That box is gone. Type another one. How about E? That box is gone. All right. F? I'm not sure. Okay, then it goes to F. Okay. I'm not quite sure how this game works, but there's letters involved, and the word is pizza. Okay, we gotta figure out how to spell pizza. Press return? I think that's like enter these days, right? Okay. Would you like to play again? Type yes or no, then press return. Yes. Pick a letter. You can make 7 wrong guesses. All right, now we're back to the beginning. All right, let's pick a T. Okay, goes to T. Then what happens? No. Pick a letter. All right. E? Is there an E in this word? And I think there is an E in this word. Oh, we get a flag. All right. E. What letter should I pick? I have no idea what this word is going to be, so let's just pick something crazy. Here's a P. Is it a P? No, not a P. So it's not pizza. How about D? No D. K? No, not a K. G. I wonder what this word could be. Let's see if that's it. Nope, that's not it either. All right. Oh well, let's see what it'll be. Oh, I did get an O. That's right. Okay. How about B? Nope, not a B. The word is melon. Oh, delicious, but not today. There's Ernie and Cookie Monster and Grover and Big Bird. Press return to go on. All right, let's see what character we can figure out. In this game, you can mix these Muppets up. First, choose a head. All right, let's choose Ernie's head. What happens? We choose Ernie's head. Now for the bodies. Let's pick Oscar's body or Big Bird's body. All right, how about we pick Cookie Monster's body? And now for the legs. How about Big Bird's legs? And there's our Muppet monstrosity. We have Ernie's head on Cookie Monster's body with Big Bird's legs. Press return to go on. Oh, you go on. Go on with your bad self, because that's something else. You made a new Muppet who is part Ernie, part Cookie Monster, and part Big Bird. His name is Ernie Bird. They're playing the Muppet Show theme? I am freaking out here because I've never heard the Muppet Show theme here at Sesame Place. I don't think in 30-something years. I didn't know they were allowed to play the Muppet Show theme here at Sesame Place. I think there's a magic show happening upstairs, so they're using that theme. That's just incredible. And here's some original concept art of different areas. This is the harbor. Here's another area that still kind of exists. This boat exists, but this other side of the neighborhood, they just kind of made it blank. They didn't really have any character interactions like this, but that would have been neat. Southern Beat stage show with like a monorail type ride kind of running around it. Here's one with more of a tiki feel with slides and ropes, all kinds of cool stuff. They even have Super Grover flying people right up their track. Here's some more concept art. You got Ernie in a raft over here and a paddleball area. Here we have concept art for the Lazy River and Caribbean Cafe. There's Oscar, look. He's celebrating his birthday, man.
Birthday ball.
Here we have some more images from the park over the years. Particularly fond of the 90s Mr. Hooper's Emporium sign, the Sesame Place water tower, and the original creepy Grover clock with Oscar pendulum. This statue of Bert and Ernie was originally used in Rubber Ducky Pond and was replaced in 2010 by Elmo's Cloud Chaser. Here we have a sign for Elmos World on the back of Oscar's trash can. As you can see, there's a hole back there because the opening was here that you could actually go in and pop out of Oscar's can at one point. So they don't want anybody going in there and popping out today, so they have it blocked off with this sign for Elmos World. But wow, amazing memories here. Here we have Slimy's Parade Wardrobe. Here we have an Elmo doll and a reserved sign. Here we have what I believe is a 1990s Sesame Place tambourine and maraca. Shoes from the Around the Block parade. Props and scenic art from the Magic of Art show. Here we have the Amazing Adventures of Elmo and Zoe production crew hat and jacket. Images from Big Bird's Beach Party and signs for Big Bird's Beach Party Splash Zone. Props from Elmo the Musical, which ran from 2014 through 2025. Sheet music for Rubber Ducky and a toy saxophone. Here's a whole section on Sesame Place Entertainment. 1980, they had these like Sesame brass band players here. Opened in 1983, the Circle Theater was the first live entertainment venue at Sesame Place. Today, that location is Photos with Elmo and Friends. Jim Henson and Sesame Workshop partnered with Sesame Place to bring Sesame Street friends to the park. The first 4 furry friends appeared in the Bert and Ernie show in 1983. As the park expanded, new theaters were added, along with new shows and entertainment for guests to experience. Sesame Place parades are a great way for guests to celebrate with all their furry friends. The first Sesame Place parade premiered in 1994. Sesame Place has continued to expand its entertainment offerings to over 50 plus original shows, dance parties, specialty dines, holiday experiences, and so much more. Footage from shows from over the years. Here we have photos from the amazing Alphabet Parade, the Rock Around the Block Parade, and the Sesame Street Party Parade. On the back side here, we have some schematics of some of the parade floats and parade costumes. Here's maquettes of the parade floats. Here we have concept art for some of the parades, a Rock Around the Block parade patch, and a Sesame Place patch. Here we have a mock-up of the Sesame Street Alphabet Parade. And a letter about the specifications for the Alphabet Parade. Okay, so now here we have Oscar's can. Like I said, this used to be a piece that you could actually interact with and you could pop out of the can up there. Obviously, they're not allowing you to do that right now. But here's how it looked in the 80s. This is not the original Ernie photo opportunity. There used to be a three-dimensional, almost puppet-like Ernie that you could take a photo with in the bath with him, just like this. But this is obviously a photo of Ernie with a illustrative tub and suds all around him. But you used to be able to go and actually have a picture taken with Ernie in the tub that looked just like a puppet of Ernie. But even though it's not as lifelike as the original, it still makes for a great photo. And here we have a whole picture board of famous guests that have visited the park over the years. Including Sesame Street stars Roscoe Orman, Sonia Monzon, Jennifer Hudson, Hoda Kotb, and Bob McGrath, among many, many others. Here we have some old school pressed penny souvenir machines. This one has the Count, Oscar, Prairie Dawn, and Cookie Monster. This one has Snuffleupagus, Grover, Big Bird, and Abby Cadabby. These are awesome. This is the original kind where you would put actual coins in the machine, crank the machine here, and pull out a coin at the bottom. They have this whole wall of brochure artwork from 1980 all the way to 2022. And finally, check out this original Grover. That's incredible. Definitely something I was not expecting to see in this exhibit. Absolutely stunning. This building used to be the home of Elmo the Musical live at Sesame Place. And from when it was Elmo the Musical at Sesame Place, they had these interesting illustrations on the walls up here. Here's a sign for Slimy's Shoots. Here's some Tweedlebugs on the stairs. Now, this brings me back. Going up these stairs, oh my goodness. This is where the old 321 studio used to be. You could walk up here and see the set. Here's a sign for Elmos the Musical at Sesame Place. You can see the park a little bit out there. Here's an aerial shot of the whole exhibit and this room. Many of the items on display are actually a part of Sesame Place Collector's collection. We put links to their socials in the description down below, so please be sure to follow them. Here's a place we don't often walk through: Big Bird's Burgers and Bites. And as we learned from the exhibit, the second floor of Big Bird's Burgers and Bites is where the computer gallery used to be. As you can see, it's a fast casual restaurant where you can add a souvenir 45th birthday plate and cup to your order. There really isn't too much to see inside Elmo's Pizza Kitchen. Of course, there is some Muppetized pizza. There's Telly with his favorite shape, triangles, which of course pizza slices come in. There's an image of Elmo as a chef. Eating together is terrific. And some alphabet letters here saying A is for apple, B is for bread, and C is for carrot, which hopefully you're not putting on a pizza. There's also posters of Cookie Monster saying yum yum yum. Elmo and Abby, delicious food is best when shared with those you love. Big Bird saying have a healthy snack. And a Chef Grover saying healthy food keeps your fur shiny and healthy. Here is a little bit of the 45th birthday parade.
Playing with you comes my fuzzy and blue monster heart.
And now that the parade is over, the street is opened up and we can check out the neighborhood. Again, all decked out for the 45th birthday. With all the buildings topped with confetti. Even the iconic Sesame Street sign is completely covered for the occasion, as is the top of Oscar's garage as well. Here's the entrance to the Sesame Street Theater with all kinds of Broadway parody posters, including Abby, Preschool of Rock, Bear Spray, and Scent. This is pretty interesting. They've de-themed this area here. There used to be character-themed restaurants and food eateries. I don't know what you would call them over here. They weren't like full restaurants, but like just like snack stands and stuff. But this whole area has just been completely de-themed. So I'm not sure what's going on over here. I don't remember this gate being here either. So it's possible that they're doing some maintenance before the season starts and going to change up these restaurants and this whole area into something else. Need to see the back side of the neighborhood, somewhat decorated for the 45th birthday. There's Cookie Monster and Gonger's foodie truck. I wonder what's on the menu today. Looks like funnel cake and bottled water. Ooh, I love me some funnel cake, but maybe not today though. I love this. If you need it, Hooper's has it. Well, I needed it, so I got it. And we haven't even gotten into the main store yet. Over here we have this party room. This is actually new. It used to be a Sesame Street store, but since they opened the new giant Sesame store out front, they don't have this as a store anymore. They have it as a party room. So I guess you could use it for a party or a special gathering. There's the entrance to the party room. So in past years, they had a really cool 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street popcorn bucket. But this year, or I guess maybe earlier this year, they had this Elmo and a sandcastle. And for the 45th anniversary, it's just like a regular bucket that says 45th birthday Sesame Place. It's kind of bland in terms of something they've done in the past. I mean, this Elmo one has some little character to it, and the 1, 2, 3 street was really cool. But man, I thought they were gonna do something a little more enticing for the 45th birthday. As much as I like wandering the park by myself, it's always nice to run into friends. And oh my God!
Hi, it's Anukica.
It's Anukica. And all right, you just went. I went to the store. You went to the store. What did you get?
I got the absolutely essential gigantic Sherlock hemlock.
It is gigantic.
And I got a classic Count Von Count, a baseball hat that I think is just the right size for Sherlock and not for any humans.
Well, maybe tiny humans. I mean, this park is for
humans.
kids, so maybe tiny humans.
Technicality, parks for kids, whatever.
And kids at heart.
Kids at heart, that's right. A pile of lapel pins.
Wow. All kinds of great stuff.
Yeah.
Tweedlebugs and Ernie and all kinds of cool things. All right. And you got the 45th birthday party popcorn bucket. I was just commenting that I was a little disappointed in this popcorn bucket because in the past they have like they're more characters, they're more like sculpted. They, you know, for a couple years ago they made the street, right? But this is like just a bucket.
This is a bucket. The one thing it has going for it is that it hooks on.
Oh.
So you don't lose your lid.
Oh, I've already lost my lid. But that's another story.
That's what we can say for the 45th anniversary popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I mean maybe for they're saving the big dogs for the
free refills.
Oh.
Now it's $4.99 a refill.
Not even free refills anymore? Wow. Maybe they're holding out the big guns for the 50th. Maybe they're gonna do like some big thing.
That's right.
I don't know, but like I kind of want a little more for the 45th.
We want a lot more for the 50th.
I want free refills for the 50th. You hear that, Sesame Place? Free refills for the 50th.
I do give them credit for having Prairie Dawn in the parade.
All right, well, that's awesome. I got a stack of stuff to show you guys later, but so good to see you.
Great to see you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Sunny days.
And they have an app now, an all-new Sesame Place app that tells you what's going on throughout the day. But of course, to exit the park, you have to go through the Sesame Place store. So let's see what else we can find inside. Check out all the plush they have in here. Of course, they have the Sherlock Hemlock plush. Again, look how much bigger he is than the two-headed monster. He is immensely big. He's just immense. It's just insane. He's just immense. I mean, obviously they've upscaled Slimy, so Slimy is bigger than Sherlock. Almost in scale with this Cookie Monster and Elmo and Abby plush that are just giant size, but still, like, that's just crazy. And of course, the world's largest Elmo plush is here, and he's ready to celebrate Sesame Place's 45th birthday as well. He's got his giant birthday hat on. Really neat. Of course, there's all kinds of great plush over here. Pillows. Here we have more of the Fill-A-Bus figures. Pins. Check out this really cool Cookie Monster comic book type shirt. Om nom 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 nom. Here we have more of the Greetings from Sesame Place Philadelphia items like that. Oh, that should be a postcard. I mean, this should be a postcard, but they have it on a shirt. They have it on towels and sweatshirts and mugs. But again, I have not yet seen it on an actual postcard. And here's all the 45th birthday stuff. Over here, we have, again, t-shirts and keychains and buttons and pins and picture frames, lanyards. There's even a lanyard pouch. Just all kinds of great stuff. And again, we have some onesies, water bottles, mugs, bags, and a beach towel. Again, they also have some great character specific sections here as well. There's Elmo, Abby, Cookie Monster, Oscar. And there's Tango. Got a Gabriella hat over here. Gabriella plush and t-shirts. There's Ji Yang and Tamir. There's a whole Big Bird section. Check out these cups. I'm pretty sure these cups at one point were pass holder only, or maybe specific characters are only pass holder only. Because I got a Snuffleupagus one, I believe is a pass holder only, but check out that Telly one. That's really neat. Here's more camping stuff, including plates and little containers for your food, even some fake logs. Check out these plates and cups over here. These really interesting illustrations on them. You got Big Bird and Radar, Oscar, Cookie Monster, of course, with a whole bunch of cookies. They also have them on bowls as well. And then check out these cups down here. They're small coffee cups and they come with little charms. So Big Bird comes with Radar, Oscar comes with Slimy, and Cookie Monster comes with a jar of cookies. Here's a whole bunch of Loungefly bags up here by the cash registers. They also have wallets as well. They also have a whole bunch of like pom-pom keychains, like I guess these are little coin purses, and a whole bunch of character buttons. Wait a minute, what is that behind the counter? Check out this Sesame Street subway pin set. The doors open to reveal all the characters coming out of the subway. That's really neat. That's fairly large. I mean, you can see the size of these coin purses. It's a fairly large pin. Wow, that's impressive. And it better be impressive because it's almost $200. So if you have a lot of cash and you're looking for a special pin, there it is. It comes in this very kind of nondescript box, but it does have a brick wall on the side of the box. That's really cool. Super tempting, but I think I'm just gonna have to pass and leave the subway down below. And while we're celebrating Sesame Place's 45th birthday, here are a few photos of me as a kid at the park. After the park, I went across the street to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, where I was surprised to see a few Sesame Place items decorating the restaurant, like this vintage pennant and what I believe is a framed t-shirt, as well as character stickers all over the soda machine. All right, now let me show what I picked up. I wound up grabbing the Slimy Posable Plush, the Biff and Sully construction pin, the Big Bird's illustration of Mr. Hooper pin, the Honker, Dinger, Frazzle, and Prairie Dawn Villa Bus figures, the Sesame Place 45th birthday spinning keychain, the Sesame Place 45th birthday pin, the Sesame Place 45th birthday double spinner magnet, Sesame Place 45th birthday wooden ornament, the Sesame Place 45th birthday water bottle, because it was on sale for super cheap, one of the 2024 Sesame Place paperweights. These Sesame Place figural ornaments, I got Big Bird, Oscar, Super Grover, and the Count. And of course, this year's classic character plush, Sherlock Hemlock. I love the details in his hat. His outfit is just incredible. I love the little magnifying glass. Just very, very well done. As I said before, it is much larger than I was expecting, but it is really well done. So we'll give it a pass because it was worth it to finally get Sherlock Hemlock in the classic character plush collection. They also gave me some Sesame Place 45th birthday happy birthday stickers and 2 youth-sized Sesame Street hats. All right, so we've gone through the gift shop, gone through the park, picked up a bunch of stuff, and I think that's gonna do it for our look at Sesame Place's 45th birthday and picking up our classic character plush. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite item from this video was. Please be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, and I'll see you next time.